Hi, Brandon. Thanks for having me over. Excited about moving to San Diego. Would it be okay if I gave myself a quick tour? If it's okay, let's use the kitchen table so we can lay everything out. Let's talk about getting you to San Diego. Now, the first thing I like to do is review your situation and what's important to you about making this move. Is that okay? Fantastic. Now, I have three bottom line questions. Are you definitely ready to make a move? Are you definitely ready to sell your house? Fantastic. Will you price where it will sell, or are you okay if it just sits on the market? Great. And most important, Brandon, do you want me to get it sold for you? Terrific. Brandon, the purpose of our meeting today is twofold. First is for me to provide you with some very important information about what it's going to take to get your house sold for top dollar so you can get to San Diego by June. Second is for us to decide today if the right thing for you is to partner with me in the sale of your home. Does that sound fair enough? Excellent. And whether you decide to hire me today or not, I hope it become clear to you through our meeting that my commitment is to help you get what you want. If I can't help you, I'll tell you today, because I'm not interested in just getting a listing. I'm very interested in helping you get to San Diego, because that's what you want, right? Then we're on the same page. Now, there is really one key item for us to address today, and that is to determine the right price to set on your home. Because obviously you don't want to put it on the market to have it not sell, correct? Here's what I'll do. As soon as you decide to hire me, I'm going to do everything it takes through my action plan to get your home exposed to all the qualified buyers in the market. So the key today is for us to establish the right price that will make all those qualified buyers excited about your home when they see it. Does that make sense? Excellent. In preparing for a meeting, I did a thorough market study, also called a comparative market analysis. Are you familiar with this? There are three main parts to the market study. First are active listings. These are your competition, right? I call this dreamland because it's what people want to get for their home, but they don't know what it's actually going to sell for. Does that make sense? Second are expired listings. Do you know what these are? That's right, homes that didn't sell at all. They wanted to sell, but something went wrong. I call this Never Never Land. Can you see why? Exactly, because you never want to be here. Last is sold houses. This is reality, because it tells us what homes are actually going for in this market. Does that make sense? This is where we'll focus today, because obviously, to get you to San Diego by June, in which of these three categories do you want your home to end up? Exactly. The purpose of the market analysis is to determine the value of your home, first as buyers will look at it, and second as an appraiser will look at it. I'm sure you can understand why that's important, right? First, the appraiser, because that's who the lender will hire to determine the value of your house based on what comparable homes are actually selling for, which is what buyers are actually paying. To determine the value of your home, first the appraiser, because that's who the lender will hire to determine the value of your house based on what comparable homes are actually selling for, because that's what buyers are actually paying now. Does that make sense? Second, to price your home in a way that will make it attractive to buyers, because is the buyer only going to look at your home, or are they going to shop around and compare your home to others? Obviously. So as they look at houses, what do you think they're comparing? They're comparing features such as quality, condition, and location, and they're comparing price, right? Are you ready to take a look? This home is comparable to yours. Notice how many bedrooms, how many baths, how big is the garage, what year was it built, how many square feet. Have you seen this home? Your home has more value than this one. This property is a little nicer than yours. This property is comparable to yours. Does that make sense? What was their price? Notice how long on the market? How's that going to work to get you to San Diego by June? So based on what the market is telling us, what price do you feel will get buyers excited about choosing your home over our competition? After looking at your house and reviewing what the market is telling us, I'm suggesting we list your house at $500,000. And you can see why that's the right price, correct? Because that will get you the most money for your house in this market in the best time possible so you can get to San Diego by June. Are you with me? Any questions on what we've covered? Are you ready for the next step? The net sheet gives you all the costs associated with selling your home and how much you are actually going to walk away with after the sale of your house. That is something you would like to know, correct? These are all standard closing fees and expenses for sellers. Any questions on that? So based on a realistic sales price of $500,000 and a closing date of June 1st, here are the Estimated total net proceeds to you at closing. Brandon, is that a number you can live with? I understand it's less than you were expecting, but is a number you could live with if you had to. Perfect. So we'll get on the market at $500,000, which you agreed is the right price, correct? So we'll get it on the market at $500,000, which we agreed is the right price, correct? Well, I'm ready for you to put me to work. Are you ready for the next step? Can I lay out for you what's going to happen next? Here are the highlights. First, we want to make sure the house shows at its best, right? Second, I'll be preparing the marketing for your house and launch my pre-marketing campaign immediately because you did want us to get the most exposure to the market as fast as possible, correct? Great. Next, we'll launch our exclusive 10-day marketing blitz. Sound exciting? Your home will be marketed to every potential buyer out there and promoted to every licensed realtor and their buyers through the multiple listing service. Plus, I have it syndicated to 5,200 real estate websites, including all the most popular ones buyers go to online. You understand how important that kind of internet exposure is for you, right? Because you do want me to get you the right exposure. Because you do want me to get you the right exposure. Because you do want me to get you the right exposure that will get your because you do want me to get you the right exposure that will get your house marketed to all the potential buyers. Well, that's exactly what you're going to get with me. And with that exposure, assuming the market responds as we expect, we'll be getting lots of buyer traffic. I'll be following up on all of that. Which will then get us the best offers. I'll be negotiating all offers, which will ultimately get you the best price. Which will ultimately get you the best price for your home in this market and get you to San Diego. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to start packing? I don't mean today, but soon. Any questions before you're ready to let me help you make this move happen and get to San Diego? I'm going to have you initial right here on the CMA and the net sheet, and then we'll take care of the rest of the paperwork and I'll get to work. Congratulations.